Hey, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Sabrina is Healthy and Whole. Before we get started, you already know what to do. Like, share, and subscribe, and set your notifications so you'll know when I drop another video. So this video is about Housewives of Potomac. I don't know what episode this is, but this episode just aired on Sunday. What today is? I think the 20th, Sunday, November 20th. I'll let you know what episode this is later. I haven't done a review video in the past couple of Sundays because my mind wasn't in it, but I really wanted to come on here for a little bit to review this episode. Now, this episode, they continue on with their trip. So the girls went on a girls trip to Miami, hosted by Mia. So they went on a girls trip. I think last week, they got to Miami. They picked out their rooms. There was a little, you know what I'm saying, why I gotta share rooms, and Candace hasn't got there yet, so they like Wendy's like, where Candace at? So they picked out the room. Of course, Mia was shady towards Wendy, because what she did, Wendy and Candace. So what she did, she put two grown women, and this is from last episode, two grown women in one room with one bed. So Maya was a little shady on that. But now fast forward to this episode from this past Sunday. That episode, last Sunday episode, ended with Maya calling Peter. Y'all know Peter from the Cynthia's ex-husband from the Real Housewives of Atlanta, calling because he owns bars, and he owned Bar One in Miami as well. So she called him to let him know that they are on their way to Miami, and she wants to bring the lady to his restaurant. He said cool, and Wendy name came up. He like, well, I got beef with Wendy, and that's how that last episode ended. So come back to this episode. It started off with the whole I have beef with Wendy, and that's how that started off. So now they're what's going on? Excuse me, I'm trying to remember. See, this is why I try to do it on Mondays, or at least Sunday night, because it's fresh. So I'm just gonna go through my key points where it stand off to me. So they are at the they're in the room, they're in the place, they're lollygagging, they talking. Oh, Wendy is having a conversation with Charisse about what's going on between Charisse and Karen, and Karen is talking. Wendy and Karen is talking, and Karen is not feeling Charisse. She's saying that we haven't been friends for 5 years. We haven't been friends, and I'm pretty sure they've seen each other around. They know how to get in touch with each other, but they haven't talked in 5 years, right? All of a sudden they filming, and all of a sudden you want to be friends. Like, she like, I'm not getting down with that. All of a sudden you want to be friends after 5 years because you're filming. Now you want to be friends, and I feel her on that. Like, what is your purpose? What is your motive? Because we filming? No. So if you didn't want to be friends with me up to this point, we're not gonna be friends now. And she did. She like, well, I did say I will have coffee with her, but that's about it. Now Charisse, when she got there, she was complaining that that there's no bathroom in her room, and I guess that got on Maya's nerves. Oh yeah, that got on Maya's nerves, and she didn't like that. And one scene, Maya and her friend Jacqueline. Now, sorry, that's the garbage truck. Throughout the season, right, since the beginning of the season, they was introducing, and I just now realized they was introducing Jacqueline into, you know what I'm saying, I guess they was going to introduce, she's the friend of the show, right? But you were seeing a little bit more of her, because last season you really didn't see that much of her, but now you're seeing a little bit more of her. They introduced her and all that. So when they got to the trip in Miami, this scene for this episode, Maya was a little snippy at Jacqueline, because I guess Jacqueline was asking for some deodorant or something like that. And she, you know what I'm saying, she got a little snippy. Like, okay, all right. But I'm like, friends, you know, since sometimes you get irritated and you like, look, girl, you knew we was coming on this trip. Like, why you not prepared? I can understand Maya on that one, right? But as soon as Maya had a chance, she went downstairs and talked about Jacqueline. Even, you know what I'm saying, about the whole situation. Why are you talking about your best friend? To females you just met, to women you just met not too long ago, a year ago, 2 years ago. You just met these ladies. You know Jacqueline, as you would say, you grew up with her. So why would you go and do that? Like, that was real shady. I'm like, and I did tweet like, I thought Maya was like that towards the ladies on the show, but I see that she's like that for real towards everybody. Like, Maya is messy. I'm trying to hold on, and I really try to, because I like most of the ladies on the show until this episode. I'm trying to hold on to Maya and like give her just a little bypass. But yeah, she's not, you know what I'm saying, she's not it as of right now. Ashley was doing her TikTok dance. You know, she's on TikTok. And fast forward, Candace is still not there yet. Candace, and I'm glad that she missed the whole thing, but she should have been there. I wish she was there at the restaurant. So basically, let's go to the they get to the restaurant. On the way there, it was cool. Like, everybody was cool. When they get to the restaurant, they sat down, you know, they started having a conversation, and they brought up Candace, and Candace, they was like, when Candace is going to be there. Wendy told them like what time, I guess the estimated time. And Ashley brought up like, well, she's going to have a chip on her shoulders. And Robin was like, well, yeah, y'all was just at it talking about each other's husbands. And they, and she brought up something to my, that somebody said that Chris was rubbing on somebody's butt, and everybody like, yeah, it was brought up somehow. Somebody said something, and they show a flashback of Giselle saying that, well, Chris had rubbed on somebody. Like, basically, it's the way it looks like that Giselle had brought that up. So I'm not sure what actually happened. They need to leave this man alone. Leave Chris alone. Y'all just ain't got nobody else to talk about, to put that type of energy on. Leave him alone. He ain't do nothing to y'all. Now Wendy and Sharice are talking, and Wendy and Sharice are talking, and they get into like I forgot, but basically Wendy's asking, they get into a conversation. They got so far into Wendy's like, are you scared of Karen? And they're like, nah. So Maya jumped in and said, and for that, I think Wendy was a little messy for that. She was a little messy. All the ladies are messy, you know what I'm saying? But she was a little messy. So Maya jumped in and was like, Wendy. I'm looking like, Maya, what is your problem? Like, why you keep, oh, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. And I didn't write no notes. So this is just off the top of my head. So I'll do better next time. I'm going to try to be a little more quick. But anyway, just need here and there. They brought up about hookah, and Robin, she do hookah, and Maya put her best friend Jacqueline business out there, because I didn't think that Jacqueline want everybody to know like she do hookah, like, and Jacqueline looked at her like, why, what is your problem, why you telling my business, like, but when Jacqueline seen that show, she probably gonna have something to tell her. Like, why are you talking about me to these ladies? But anyways, let's jump back to the whole Wendy and Maya, where all this began. So Maya and Wendy's now going back at it. Maya called Wendy broke, and we were like, how she's broke? She and then Wendy brought up that she works for the university. I'm not gonna bring up their name because they put a whole disclosure like, this university is not a part of Housewives of Potomac. So, and they got to a whole heated discussion. Wendy brought up the whole the threesomes with Maya and her husband, and then and some other stuff. And Maya got upset and threw wine in Wendy's face. Like, Y'all say a lot. She throws food a lot. She throws stuff a lot. Y'all gotta watch out for her. When she's upset and there's things around, just know that she's gonna pick it up and throw it at you, Maya. So she threw, and then Wendy was like, and I feel her. She was shocked, and she was shocked. And she was sitting down for a while until Wendy was sitting down like, really, really. So, and then Maya got the security came in, and Maya was like, get her out. That's when Wendy was like, you get me out. What you gonna do about it? I'm not going. What you gonna do about it? And then here come Robin. As soon as Wendy got up to defend herself, oh, she antagonizing. She's antagonizing. She just got a whole wine through in her face. A whole glass of wine through in her face. How she's antagonizing. And I've seen this a lot on Twitter and other people, you know what I'm saying, pictures and video. Wendy should have shut up. Wendy should not kept talking. And how can y'all tell somebody that's just got wine through in her face that she should not talk? Y'all be for real. Be for real. If somebody first of all, y'all have done more than just talk. Y'all would have put hands on this lady. And she would have thrown wine in your face. Y'all would have been reach over and pull her down, and y'all would have whooped her butt. So for y'all are not fair. Y'all not playing fair. Y'all are not real because, well, Wendy should have shut up. No, she should not have. Now, both ladies removed themselves from the table, got removed from the table maybe once or twice. Because it got real heated, because Wendy did keep talking. She was talking. She was upset. And then Robin nasty behind want to pull out her video and start recording the whole thing. She's ignorant for that. She's real ignorant. She's real ghetto and hood for that. You ghetto, Robin. You're ghetto. So and then when they cool down, they come back to the table and the argument still picks right back up. Now this time, Maya reached over to hit Wendy and threw her purse at her and broke her nail. And the whole time Robin and Giselle is looking at Wendy like, you're the bad guy. It's your fault. You kept talking. Excuse me? Oh, and another reason why the whole thing started, because when Maya, I'm jumping, I'm sorry, please forgive me. Maya had went to go, because Peter did show up at the restaurant, and he spoke to everybody, and Ashley looked at Maya like, are you sure Peter's mad at Wendy? Because he looked, so he could have been just joking, right? So Maya went back to get more information. Her and Sharice went to go get some information. Maya came back to the table, brought it up at the table, and said, you should have checked in with Peter. Wendy was like, first of all, Wendy said, I don't have beef with men. I'm a woman. I don't have beef with men. I understand that. That's true. And then she said, Wendy should have checked in with Peter because she was coming to, she ain't have to check in with nobody. She is not married to Peter. That's not Cynthia. And even Cynthia ain't got to check in with Peter because they not married. Wendy checked in with her husband. That's the only person that need to know that she made it to her location. And that's what the whole fight, because Wendy was like, I don't know what you and your husband got going on, but me and my husband don't play like that. That whole, you know what I'm saying? That's what the whole fight started off. And I do apologize. I just skipped that whole part, and that was important. So yeah. And then now back to Maya. Maya swung her purse and she got totally removed. And then Wendy, Giselle and Robin's looking at Wendy like she's the one. And then Ashley did say that Maya throwing a drink in Wendy's face was unnecessary. And then Giselle, like both of them was uncalled for. Well, y'all don't act like it because y'all just putting no thing on one person, the whole situation on one person. So Robin, she got a bad taste in my mouth because she's real nasty. She don't like Wendy, so that it is what it is. Jacqueline did mention that if she glad that she met Maya when they was young, they grew up together, because if she would have met Maya now, she's too much. She don't think she will be friends with her. So why are you friends with her now? If you know that she has problems and she's too much, why are you friends with her now? And Jacqueline just friends with her out of, because they tenured, basically, because they, saying tenured. They knew each other. They grew up together. Girl, release yourself from that lady, because you can see that something wrong with her. She's not all the way there, and she's toxic. And I believe something is going to happen between Jacqueline and Maya's friendship as the season go on. But that whole episode I was triggered, and I was aggravated, and nobody had Wendy's back at that moment. Not even Karen, because if I would have been there, I'd have been like, ooh. Now, after the first altercation, I'm like, okay, they came back to the table, they cool. After a little bit, I'm like, Wendy girl, let's go. Because you got too much to lose. Let's go. Apparently, she ain't got too much to lose for whatever reason, but you got a lot to lose. So let's go. We gonna catch an Uber or something. Let's get back to the room, to the hotel, or to the whatever, the Airbnb, wherever we at. Let's go. Did nobody pull her to the side? They just sat there and looked and gossip. Even Karen, even though Karen told Maya that she was wrong, and Maya got upset at Karen for telling her, like, you're not sticking up for me. For what? You wrong. Wrong is wrong. I don't care if we're friends or not. Like, you need friends that will tell you that you are wrong when you are wrong. Like, I don't need no yes ma'ams. But this whole episode was, yeah. And I'm looking at Robin and Giselle at a whole nother light. Maya, I was holding on, but nah, you're not it. You're not it. Neither is Giselle and Robin. So I hope they get them together at the reunion, because yeah. And I think and I heard that she took down her Twitter, which she did, because I do follow her on Twitter, and it's not there no more, or you can't get to it. But yeah, this episode, and the people are eating Robin, Maya, and Giselle up. Eating them up. Yeah. As they should, because they nasty. And yeah. And Maya will learn real quick as soon as they yeah. But yeah. I felt bad for Wendy, because she really didn't have an advocate with her at that point. Nobody. Not even Karen. You know what I'm saying? Not even Karen. I think only Ashley checked on her. After the whole thing, only Ashley checked on her, and Wendy ended up leaving that same night to go somewhere else, which was best. And then, if you can see, they show previews of the next episode, and Giselle like, so what's she gonna do, girl? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? And she was like, I have a feeling it's gonna be a better day tomorrow. It's gonna be a girl. Shut up. Like, y'all messy, and I hope people. Yeah, y'all messy, and I feel bad for Wendy, and I hope Wendy don't lose her job as a professor, because that's messed up. At this point, she really need to rethink about being on this show, because she has a lot more to lose. Like, she has a lot more to lose, and Maya already lost her business to her family member. They locked her out the business. So yeah. That's the end of this episode. Please forgive me. I'm all over the place. I usually have notes and stuff like that. I didn't write down notes. But yeah. So y'all follow me on Twitter. I will put my Twitter handle up. Follow me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. But yeah, that's the end of this episode. And forgive me for the chaos of this video. But y'all have a great day.